This video is all about the 3 cost of living price differences between living in Coral Springs and New York. And we're getting after it right about now. Boom! Boom, we're live. It's Chris Igo Home Group, powered by RE/MAX Direct, and I am your local Coral Springs and South Florida realtor. We are doing so many videos about what it's like to eat, live, work, play, and thrive right here in Coral Springs, South Florida. So hit the subscribe button now, tap the bell so you get notified every time I do a new video. We are constantly helping people from around the country and around the world buy homes here in South Florida, and we absolutely love it. We specialize in finding exactly what you want and getting you the best deal possible. So if you're even thinking about moving to Coral Springs or surrounding areas like Boynton Beach, Delray Beach, Boca Raton, or Parkland, you've got to give me a call. Shoot me a text, send me an email, a message on Facebook, or leave a comment down below by any means necessary, because we've got your back when you're moving to Coral Springs or surrounding areas. Today we're going to discuss the 3 major cost of living price differences between living in Coral Springs versus New York. Now, a cost of living index allows us to compare what it really costs to live in one place versus another, so you know exactly how far your money will go before you move. Look, I'll save you the sales pitch and get right to the point. The overall cost of living difference between Coral Springs and New York, and I'm talking about everything, all inclusive, to live in Coral Springs versus New York, the whole enchilada: housing, healthcare, utilities, transportation, food and groceries, everything all in, it's 34%, 34% less expensive to live in Coral Springs than New York. But there are 3 major differences, so stick around to the end to see what they are. Here's the biggest difference in the cost of living in Coral Springs versus New York, and it's housing. Coral Springs housing is relatively inexpensive compared to New York. And let's face it, almost everybody in Coral Springs was originally from New York or the Northeast to begin with anyway. It's 48% less expensive to buy a single family home in Coral Springs than New York. Coral Springs is an affluent community and housing is just a little bit more expensive than the national average, but it's significantly cheaper than New York. Coral Springs has a ton of parks, great schools, and it's incredibly safe. It's perfect for your growing family. Now, don't get me wrong, there are still some growing pains, so if you leave your wallet sitting on the dashboard in the wrong neighborhood, you might not have it in the morning, but overall, it's a super safe, family-oriented community. Pro tip: lock your door and don't leave your wallet unattended. The median price for a single family home in Coral Springs for March 2020 was $427,000. For condos and townhomes, it was $145,000. Housing here is a little bit higher than the national average because we've got 300,000 people who move to Florida every single year. 900 people a day move to Florida. If you look at a map of Broward and Palm Beach counties, you'll notice that there isn't much land to accommodate all of these people who are constantly moving here. We're wedged between the Everglades swamp and the Atlantic Ocean, which is great for airboat rides and fishing, but it's not ideal for land development. You can't build there. Land is limited and it's basic supply and demand. We've got 900 people moving here a day and only so many homes and so much land available. Coral Springs is a gem because it's got access to 3 international airports and seaports. It's close to the ocean and the beach. It's got tremendous shopping and restaurants, and it's managed to maintain its small town feel even though it's grown tremendously over the years. Healthcare is 14% less expensive in Coral Springs than New York. That's because Coral Springs in South Florida is such a retirement destination. We have such a robust senior population, so we've got access to the best healthcare, hospitals, and specialists in the world. One of the great things about Florida is that we don't have state income tax here. So unlike New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, California, Illinois, and other states, you've got no, zero, zilch, nada, none state income tax. That's massive savings every single year on your taxes. Now, we do have a sales tax. In Broward, the sales tax is 7%. Everything's going to be about 7% more expensive than the sticker price, but the state uses that money for very good use, for schools, roads, and parks. They're constantly making improvements for the 900 people a day who move to South Florida. Now, most Northeasterners know Coral Springs already, but they're often surprised to learn about some of the tremendous value and options of the surrounding areas, like Coconut Creek, Deerfield Beach, and Tamarack, which were roughly 20 minutes away, and Fort Lauderdale, which is 30 minutes away. Also, you've got Boynton Beach, Boca Raton, and Delray Beach, which are 30 minutes away too. We are constantly helping people from around the country and around the world buy homes here in Coral Springs and the surrounding areas like Delray Beach, Boynton Beach, Boca Raton, and Parkland. So if you're even thinking about moving to South Florida, you've got to reach out to me. Call, text, direct message, leave a comment down below by any means necessary, because we've got your back when it comes to moving to South Florida. Also, check out some of my other videos if you want to know what it's like to eat, live, work, sleep, play, and thrive right here in Coral Springs or anywhere in South Florida. And until next time, peace!